Jai Shri Krishna. We will start the proceedings with D.G.VAISHNAV from Dr. or Professor SSN. Tamil Thailand.
நீராறும் கடலொடுத்த நிலமடந்து எழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமி எக்கணமும்
ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदान शर्मन्मोदितसीदसादनम् ओम श्री महागणपतये नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां ऋषिजे बहुरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां श्रीमूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् अपार करुणासिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वकं काञ्चीवासाय विद्महे शान्तरूपाय धीमहि तन्नो चन्द्रशेखरेन्द्र प्रचोदयात्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। सत्योजातं प्रपद्यामि सत्योजाताय वै नमो नमः। भवे भवेनाधिभवे भव सुमां भगवद्भवाय नमः। वामदेवाय नमः ज्येष्ठाय नमः श्रेष्ठाय नमो रुद्राय नमः कालाय नमः कल्विकरणाय नमो नमो बलाय नमो बलप्रमदनाय भूतदमनाय नमो मनोन्मनाय नमः। मेधा देवी दुष्मानान् आगात् विश्वासी भद्रासमनस्य माना दुर्तान् प्रगतदेव निदेश वीराः त्वया दुष्टविषुपवदीय विद्वया ब्रह्मागतश्रीं तत्त्वयाः त्वया दुष्टश्चित्रं बन्धदेव सामोषस्वकर्मिणो नमेते। मेधां महेन्द्रो ददातु मेधां देवी सरस्वती मेधां मे शृणो भावादत्तां पुष्करसृजा अप्सरा सत्या मेधा गन्धर्वेषु निर्मणः दैवीं मेधा सरस्वती सामाहं मेधा सर्वविद्वाविस्वाहाः आवाहं मेधा सर्वविश्वरूपाय गङ्गवर्णाचकदेशकम्या ऊर्जसु देवैसा विनोमा नासामाहं मेधा सुप्रतीकाजुषन्तां मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि अग्निस्तेजो ददातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि सूर्यो प्राजो ददातु वाग्देवी चुग्महे तन्नो वाणी प्रचोदयात्। ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने वसुदेव सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। Janam Dharam Kalvi Dharam Purnadam Dharam Vyamanam Dharam Deva Vidam Dharam Nengil Vanjamilayam Dharam Nallanella Dharam Dharam Ganam Dharam Gomadal Yamapadikan Guruvai Gurudai Muruvai Maniya Uliyai Guruvai Uliyai Gidiyai Vidiyai Guruvai Gune Buddhit Palam Shodhe Dimitrai Tumroga Agatimba Kudutamja Anumasmarana Tameda Om.
Now I request our HOD, Dr. D.G.VAISHNAV, to welcome our principal with a bouquet. Give the background of the newsletter.
Good morning, everyone. Respected Principal of the College, Dr. S. Santosh Babu, Professor Sesha Dinathan, my dear colleagues and students. It gives me immense pleasure to be part of today's function organized in connection with the release of our department's newsletter entitled Comtalk. One more feather has been added in our cap, and one more milestone we have crossed in our journey that began way back in 1968. Seeing where we are today from where we started in 1968, it will be clear as to the amount of work that has been put in by my predecessors in the past. If undoubtedly, if we are what we are today, it's because of the tireless work done by all my predecessors in the past. B.Com General undoubtedly is the course that has the highest brand value in the college. Among the so many courses that our college offers, undoubtedly B.Com, that too in shift 1, has the highest brand value in the college. And every year we receive not less than 5,000 applications for just 500 seats, both in shift 1 and 2 together. And what about the MCOM course? MCOM is almost 43 years old. It was started in 1978. And the course has not still lost its popularity. Even this year, we have received more than 350 applications. And we have admitted up to 42 in the first MCOM class. For the first time, we have crossed the 35 mark. But we have been admitting only up to 35 so far. But seeing the overwhelming response to the PG course, we decided to go up to 42 this year. And in terms of research, undoubtedly, I would say without any hesitation that it is the Department of Commerce which has contributed significantly to research insofar as our college is concerned. We have so far produced more than 400 MPhils and over 80 PhDs so far. Even in the 80s, we had PhD guides in our department. Professor Dr. M. Balasubramaniam was the first PhD guide. He was guiding PhD projects even in the 80s. And over a period of time, we have had almost 10 guides at any given point of time, guiding MPhil and PhD projects. In fact, we have guided more projects than the PG Department of Commerce, University of Madras. So whether it is BCom or MPhil or PhD, we have been really doing exceedingly well over the years. I took charge as of the Department of Commerce in 2017. I was head in charge at that time because my predecessor, Dr. R. Ganesan, was appointed the principal of the college, became the regular head of the department, in the year 2019. In the last 3 years alone, if you take, we have crossed several milestones. In fact, once when I took charge, the first function that the department organized at that time was the Golden Jubilee celebrations of the PG and Research Department of Commerce. In fact, no other department in the college has celebrated its Golden Jubilee. Although a few other departments have also completed 50 years since inception, it is only the PG and Research Department of Commerce which has celebrated its Golden Jubilee. And organized a 2-day function. We had invited the Honorable Governor of Purohit. It was done in a really grand manner. Of course, in fact, only after I took charge as the head of the department, alumni meet was ever organized in the department, and in fact, I succeeded in conducting 3 such meetings of our alumni in the last 3 years alone. And they also made a significant contribution to the college in terms of money. They have given 1.5 lakhs as a contribution as goodwill gesture to the college. And of course, another milestone which I would like to pinpoint here is that in the last 3 years alone, 13 aided posts have been filled up in the department, and now the department has reached the status of a fully aided department. In fact, we were functioning only with the help of management staff all these years. And after I took charge, it so happened, it was coincidence. And of course, I am not going to take any credit for that. Credit should certainly be given to our college management, particularly to our present secretary, Sri Ashok Kumar Bundraji. Particularly to our secretary, Sri Ashok Kumar Bundraji, who has taken the initiative to get all the vacant aided posts sanctioned by the government. And of course, this year we recruited another 7. Now we are self-contained, we are self-sufficient. We can run the department with aided staff alone. So and it will feature articles and write-ups by the faculty and also by the students. I'm sure in the subsequent issues also your contributions both by the faculty and by the students to Comtalk will be more. I'm sure the newsletter Comtalk that is going to be released now will be found useful by the faculty and the students, and it will be found more interesting, above all informative. This I conclude my speech.
Before the release of Comtalk, a few words of introduction about the newsletter. The newsletter, like how we got an idea is like we were having a meeting with principal. We are very much thankful to our principal. He just gave the suggestion. You are having such a rich history, your department. So many activities are taking place. Why don't you put it in a formal way? So that it will reach the audience, larger audience. So with his input and his guidance and direction, we thought of having a newsletter. Now this newsletter, the main objective is to highlight the curricular and extracurricular activities that are taking place in the department. Not only share the current affairs, what is happening in the field of commerce, economy, business. So many things are happening. So keep ourselves abreast of the latest happening. Not only that, of course, faculty achievement, students achievement, all those things will be come out in a nutshell. That is the purpose of coming out with this newsletter. We are having certain regular features in this newsletter. Drona, one column named as Drona. Here, the outside expert will be giving his opinion about the current affairs. maybe something to do with teaching, learning, commerce, whatever, accounting profession, what is happening. Another feature is that nostalgic moment we are having the heading, wherein our alumni, we are having huge, rich alumni resources. So one or few alumni will be sharing their experiences, their thought, vis-a-vis like how they felt and even how we can improve further. Their suggestions and everything will be incorporated in that. Apart from that, of course, student column, creative, we are named it as, captioned it as creative column, wherein students can, come out with their creative thoughts or their opinion about current affairs and all. Student wherein faculty can share what is happening latest or their opinion about certain issues coming the domain of commerce, all those things. So when you have a copy in your hand, obviously suggestions are always welcome, right? Now we have come to a point whereby the newsletter will be released by our respected, and the first copies will be handed over to these, right? So I request our principal to release the newsletter. Request to share his thoughts.
Good morning, one and all present here. Reviewed HOD, Dr. D.G.VAISHNAV, Professor S. Seshatrinathan, and Associate Editor Dr. Adair Sharma, other faculty members, and my dear student friends. Your head of the department have given a very brief note about the history of the commerce subject. When you have two things, one is basic science and another one is commerce. These two things are growing very parallel in the higher education system, where the commerce students plays an important role in industrial revolution in all aspects of taking care of financial management, resource management, in all spheres. They are working hard for that. Head of the department told, our institution is a A-grade institution with 3.57 score of NAC. But in the old system of education, there is only a teaching learning process and there is evaluation through documentation. The present, whatever we do, that is very important. If you are not able to document work done by you, that will be remembered by others. Yeah. That is whatever has to be exhibited to, it needs a platform, maybe a magazine, a platform, maybe a newsletter. Whether the newsletter can be in basis, half-yearly basis, and quarterly basis depends on the newsletter. I understand that the three columns, very important columns, grown up, where you have to get the feedback from the learned professionals. Second one is alumni, who have used our facilities and all the benefits they got. Based on that, their feedback and feedback advice to the present students. Third one is a student column, where they can do the write-up about the current technology, and the column for the faculty members, where the faculty member then present their views apart from the curriculum. So what is happening is education system is going the books. Previously, we have to mug up and we have to take up the, we have to score the marks and we can go home to becoming a clerk. We should be able to do some accounting work. That's all. For that, if you know where to post the columns, respective figures in the columns, that is sufficient. Now it is not like that. The total industry have changed, where the technology have come. Even you don't do any calculation. If you post a letter, get profit and loss account. Nothing you are getting. Previously, you have to write and you have to do all things in physically. But now we have a system. Requirement for the commerce professional is growing parallel. One fine part of time, they used to tell that at one time the commerce is going to get stagnated. I'm talking about the 90s and 2000s. When I was doing my degree at PhD Arts from 86 to 91 in BSc Computer Science and MSc Computer Science, I used to see the students doing commerce program there, and we used to think that the technology is going to come one fine morning, there will be no commerce at all. I used to think like that in 90s, but it not happened. Still, wherever the technology grows, parallelly the domain knowledge also is very important. The domain knowledge is your commerce subject. Your domain knowledge is your taxation. Your domain knowledge about foreign trade. Your domain knowledge about GST. The domain knowledge is also very important. That only still the commerce existing in India. When you compare to the other parts of the states, our Tamil Nadu is doing wonderful in the field of commerce, and where able to produce lot of behaviors from the students community. And even I understand from this commerce course program, lot of students parallelly equipping themselves in ICWA and GA. That is also is there. The specialty of the commerce department. Automatically, what will happen when you go for alumni, because of the 1/3 of the strength of the college, when you search the alumni, in the alumni list also there will be 1/3 automatically. So, considering all these factors, the professors working in the commerce department are an professors, hard work, students community. As HOD is said, we have recruited all the scientists of the commerce department. From the program, as far as my experience, as far as day college is concerned, I like to give you more value added courses for the commerce students, for which when you are coming to the final year, there should be specialization for the common general student, so that accordingly what MBA is doing, MBA systems, MBA HR, MBA, like that we have branches in MBA, like that commerce should have specialization for them when they come to the final year. We have good number of students. For example, for each section you have 84 sections, you have 240 students. Out of 245 students, doing about streaming for English or improving the skill, we have streaming. Like that, we should have specialized for the common students in the final year, so that 70 students will go for accounting, 70 students will go for fashion, 70 students will go for trading. Like that, 70%, another 70 students will go for computer applications. Like that, we should have some specializations for the commerce students. In near future or in the present board of studies, the faculty are going to do some brainstorming session. It is not that up to first year, second year will be A, B, C, D section. Once if they come to the final year, all the courses will be combined and it will be formed as a specialization course. So that apart from that, always you know that due to this pandemic situation, we are able to conduct the classes regular, always one-to-one discussion with the faculty and students will give you a good knowledge. That's why we have introduced the mentor and mentee program. We have introduced outcome-based education. Lot of things we are introducing now for that only. So based on that, you are not able to come to the class. That is, once pandemic situation is over, I want the commerce students to stay in the campus from morning 8 to evening 4 o'clock. That should be a regular classes from 8 1 o'clock. After that, we have to give value-added courses. Some people they go a class, let them go. Some go for ICW classes, let them go. We will provide our own value-added courses like or whatever the latest technologies available for the ERP systems, SAP, whatever we can provide the value-added course. It will be more benefited after completing the 3 years. Complete the degree and go to college. You should be fully equipped. Daytime we can go for class, in the evening time. Even going for the job itself, college, gaining some training. Before completing the degree, you will have 2 skills. One on subject, another skills on how to handle that problem in the real time. But that is also will happen. So that we have to work holistically in such a way that out of 280 students, we have to, when they come to the final year, we have to divide the students and the education is to be provided. For this, job for the faculty members. It is speaking in the forum is very easy. Planning is very easy. But when you want to execute it, it is not easy. I know that there is where the to do a lot of work and they have to train you, they have to divide you into various units, and accordingly you have to mix you, and accordingly they have to allot the faculty members. All things are there. And for that also they have to spend a lot. Now we have a very committed faculty from the commerce. Throughout Chennai city, and we are number 1 in the city system. Based on the feedback I received from the outside agency, though I do. So keeping all this in mind, they have come to the newsletter Commerce Talk. They are going to talk about the commerce students, they are going to talk about the faculty, they are going to talk about the commerce alumni, and they are going to talk about the commerce in the latest technology. With these words, once again, I congratulate the department for organizing this program. And you student, you have to take part in this design part, everything. The students have to take part. Only the faculty will guide you. So I request all the students to be sincere in the class. Try to do something extra beyond your class hours. Something extra beyond your course work. With these few words, I thank the department for giving this opportunity to say a few words about this newsletter. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So key takeaways from our principal's message is world is going to be transdisciplinary. Am I right, sir? So we no longer we can say that commerce is my domain or management is my domain. Disciplines are mingled, are getting mingled. So that's what he's trying to say when he says that tally and we need to move forward. So from interdisciplinary to multidisciplinary to transdisciplinary, we are moving towards that. Definitely, sir. And his message is to evolve with the time, change accordingly as the requirement. Definitely, sir. We are geared under your direction to do that. Apart from that, he said technology is critical. No longer just, bullish or that thing. We need to move towards, evolve along with the technology also. And the key point is documentation, sir. I, I, I could gauge that word also. So yeah, our tradition is we never used to maintain, we never thought in those lines. Job and that's it over. Proof of pudding is in eating. We used to think like that. But the order of the day is we need to maintain certain, that as they say, documentation and proof of every aspect. Definitely, sir. So this is in the direction only, and definitely in the coming days, in the NAC things, definitely we will strive towards to get better grades than the last time, not just good grades. Sir. We'll try our level best as far as department is concerned. Right? So now we have come to the fag end of the event. Formal vote of thanks. Right, let us start with our secretary, sir. We just took the proposal and immediately he accepted and agreed it. So really heartfelt thanks from our department to the secretary especially and management in general for the magnanimous support. Not just news, it is just one of the aspects or one of the events that we are conducting throughout the year. So they never say no, and immediately they sanction whatever proposal we take them forward. So even though he could not be here because of his busy schedule and all, but we really thank from the bottom of our heart from Commerce Department. So thanks to our secretary. Of course, our principal, you can feel the vibration. Like we can understand, sir, your academic acumen and your exposure to the field of academics and administration. Really, we are blessed to have you, to direct us in these lines. Thank you very much, sir. Of course, our HOD, Dr. D.G.VAISHNAV, I really thank him on behalf of the department. He just gave this thing to us, rather, I should say, not me, just delegation of work. But literally, he followed the principle of responsibility also. So they say, no, delegation is not enough, it should be followed by principle of responsibility. So minutely he knew, not simply giving somebody a task, but he knew right from banner, from everything he was following, not interfering, but following very well and giving his inputs. Of course, Professor Seshadri Nathan, as usual, cooperative. Like today morning also when I told him the agenda, immediately he said, I will be doing the Veda Gosha. Like such is his exuberance, sir. The patience of Veda Gosha is success, sir. So thank you very much, sir. Now, with respect to those people who have contributed to our news talk, when it comes to experts, outside experts, I thank Dr. M. Selvam, now the Vice Chancellor of Bharati Dasan University. Right? Immediately, just generally we need to remember people, big sir. I told him, and within a stipulated, he sent his writer, and it will take at least to understand what is there. So such is the quality of his, the write-up that he has given, right? So I thank him, and I thank our Mr. Krishna. Again, I just told him, and he was so emotional, and he accepted and sent the write-up about his thoughts with respect to 80s. In 80s, he completed his Navneet Krishna, Mr. Navneet. Now he is with some NGO and some policy organization, something that makes policy. Wonderful. I thank him, even though he could not be present. I sent him that invitation. Of course, I thank our faculty members from other departments. we are all like a family where any event we come together. So really, I am thankful to people from other department, our colleagues from other department, as well as our own family members. Right? Then our students, wonderful. Most of them, rather, I am not exaggerating. Some of the articles I need to postpone for the next issue. As soon as I told, I could remember even the crossword and not two, three I received. I could take only one in one issue. So wonderful response from the students as well as faculty members, research scholars, of course the volunteers, technician. So all, it's like a family. As I said, we have to work together to achieve our common goals. So thank you all. I don't have any words to. If I have left anybody, kindly consider my gratitude. Right? Thank you one and all. So we'll wind up with national anthem.